Welcome to So You Think Your Car is Fast, where we dive into the world of high-end, fast cars and explore what it truly means to have a fast car. From the latest in supercar technology to the mechanics that make these machines go, we'll separate fact from fiction and uncover the misconceptions about speed and power that exist in the minds of the general public. Join us as we put the pedal to the metal and discover what it takes to have a car that truly lives up to the title of fast.
The 992.2 is probably going to be hybrid, right? And that's the end. That's it.
No more ICE cars after that, you think?
I mean, it's interesting. People talk about how government regulations are taking, mandating electric cars. Well, they're not really mandating electric cars, but they are mandating no more internal combustion engines. Mm-hmm. And the only viable alternative we have right now are
we could put a steam engine in it and get around the regulations.
You laugh, but Steve was in Los Angeles servicing a steam engined car not too long ago.
What?
Yeah.
One from like recent years?
No, I mean, it was from like 1920, but
they're not driving it to work at, Merrill Lynch or whatever.
No, he sent me photos of this car, and I'm like, it kind of looks like a car. And he's like, look, it's a steam engine.
It kind of looks like a car.
Steve gets to play with all the cool stuff. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go at all. I mean, right now, electrics are kind of the way. Electric cars today are basically running off of cell phone batteries. I mean, it's the same tech. You just, you put 800 cell phone batteries in a car, and that's what you get. Now that we have enough electric cars on the road and some mandates saying that the gasoline cars have to go away, everybody's dumping a lot of R&D into it. So, I mean, the new batteries, right now you have like a 700-pound battery or whatever it is that goes 300 miles. Well, it won't be too long until you have a 350-pound battery that goes the same distance. And it might even be, a 150-pound or 175-pound battery.
To go even 700 miles. Yeah, it's going to be insane. So what would be your first electric car if you were to buy one right now?
Well, I have a Tesla.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I have a Model Y Performance, and it's quick. And, it's something that I never really considered. But when you floor it in a gasoline car, there's a little bit of a delay. Even in a normally aspirated 9-liter people-liter engine, when you floor it, it's got to dump extra fuel and adjust timing and do these things, open the throttle, all that stuff has to happen and get air into it and go. I mean, it's not a long time, but it's perceptible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perceptible amount of time. And if it's an automatic transmission, it downshifts, right? So these electric cars, man, like the first time I did it in the Model Y Performance, I put my foot down. I almost smacked my head on the back of the seat. Not because it was, unbelievably fast, but just because of like my head had already smacked the back of the seat before my foot was all the way down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, there's some really cool things. I, for one, welcome our new electronic overlords. I don't see why we can't have both. People who are running enthusiasts or running gasoline cars, that's not going to go away. I'm kind of hoping that, once they get, what really pollutes is the hundreds of thousands, millions of cars on the daily commute that are 20 years old and broken down and leaking fluids everywhere as they drive to and from that daily grind to work every day. And once that's off the table, maybe they won't be so worried about whether we have exhausts on our cars or not. I don't know. Maybe I'm overly optimistic, but I think once that's done,
we have referred to you as an optimist before.
Yeah. Yep. My GT3 will be officially all mine relatively soon. So don't be too surprised if I call you about a lift.
Stack them up, man. Just stack them up.
Stacking them in there.
It works. Lifts do take up some space. I've got one coming at the house in 2 weeks, and I'm a little nervous about fitting it in there and still being able to park the Escalade next to it.
Yeah. That's the tricky part.
So we'll see.
I can just barely get my Escalade in the garage. Like, it requires somebody to stand at the front and make sure that I don't run into my toolbox.
Yeah, well,
and I got to take the trailer hitch off.
You don't have the old tennis ball on the string trick?
No, you know me. I wanted to put like some lasers in there, but that was way too much effort. So
the tennis ball works. I just have a 2x4 laying on the ground when I pull my truck in, and man, I mean, my truck barely fits lengthwise, widthwise.
Yeah.
Height, I'm fine because I got a tall garage door. But when I pull in the garage, I've got about an inch on both sides of the fenders.
Well, I've already got one more car than I do parking
Garage
spots
space.
now. So if I'm thinking about getting another car, which I mean I would love to, they had a 2017 991.2 turbo with 15,000 miles on it at the dealership here in Plano for 155,000, and that's also a lot of money. But it was beautiful.
Yeah.
If I wasn't refreshing my engine and doing my transmission right now, yeah.
I'm going to stop buying cars.
That is a complete lie.
Well, I think you have as many cars as Todd and I put together.
I can't, but I can't fit any more anywhere else. So
I have a lot of cars, but they're not all fun.
And you're storing one or two of them out of state too, aren't you, Taylor?
Oh, really?
I've got one out of state, but it comes back at the end of this month.
Oh yeah.
That one's going to park in the street. That's how she does it. So, but the rest of them, I think I'll be able to get in.
Yeah, with the lift. Is that the second lift? So you'll have two lifts?
Yeah, I'll have two lifts.
I love it.
I can't keep up.
I'm a member of these other WhatsApp groups, and I'm just like a little fish to some of those guys.
Oh, I know. It's
There's always somebody that's got it worse, man.
It never ceases to amaze me how many people have the Iron Man garage.
Yep.
It's like, no, the garage is the subterranean level of my home with an elevator, and I have 44 cars in there. I'm like, man,
How do you back out? Oh, I don't. It's on a turntable, so I always pull forward.
yeah, there's an entry and an exit.
Yeah.
And here I am trying to figure out how I can stack more cars in my postage stamp.
There's an entry and an exit.
I'm not complaining. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, we have nothing to complain about. It's just funny.
yeah.
Breeze of craziness.
So I was looking through some social media, and I noticed that Antonio Calvo needs some help. He needs a tech.
Man, that kind of stuff is my dream job in another lifetime.
Building Vipers.
No,
Oh,
just
for Antonio.
anything that's like truly performance oriented. When I was, let's see, how old was I? I was 19. I had just returned home from being a missionary for my church, and it was an awkward time to come home because I was in the middle of a college semester. So I had to stay. It was like I came home at the very beginning of October, and then I was planning to go back to school in January. So I was looking for a job, and I almost got hired on at LG Motorsports, the old Lou Gelati. But I mean, they walked me through the shop, and I was going to be selling parts, and I mean, I was so excited, and I met everybody, and then he's like, "So, what are your long-term plans?" Or whatever. I was like, "Well, I'm going back to school in January," and he goes, "Yeah, but so you want me to train you, and then you're going to leave?" And I was like, "Oh, no, that doesn't seem fair." So
Wrong words.
yeah. They probably don't remember, but it was a highlight of my life.
Well, he's building a new racetrack now.
Yeah, I guess it's his son that's in charge of everything now.
G2 Motorsports Park.
Yeah.
I would be all about that, other than the fact that there's a $100,000 initiation fee to join.
I think there was a I don't know if I read somewhere that there was some kind of a discount going on for a select group of people. It was only 75,000.
Well, I hate to say it, but unless it's 5,000, I'm priced out of the market. So
It's hard to. It's close to me, so that would be awesome. Like when I was thinking about Eagles Canyon, I loved Eagles Canyon. I thought it was a great facility, and it seems like a bargain. I can drive there for a long time for the difference in initiation fee.
yeah, I like the track, and Andy's a member.
Yeah,
And I want to go. It's on my list of things to do. I want to go racing with Andy.
I do too.
And we all three should, and even Todd could come up and we could go. He has a GT3, I heard.
There you go. Bring it.
And
So does Andy listen? Does he listen to our babble? Have you asked him? We've mentioned him several times.
I don't think so, because we mention him and he doesn't say anything to me, so I don't think he's watching.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to make a note. Andy.
I took the interesting path of not telling any of my friends that this exists.
I haven't either.
I'm trying to tell all my friends. I only have 6 though, so it
You've
it didn't
told
take
all
long.
6? Okay.
Yeah, I told all 6, and like 2 of them followed us. So
One of them found me.
Uh-oh.
One of them found us. and messaged me the other day. He says, "You're doing a podcast?" I was like, "Why not? Right? Everybody's doing it."
Yeah.
So, but that's the only one. Like, really, the only one. I figured we should be good first, and then I'll tell everybody about it.
I have a lot of car friends, but it seems like the couple that I've told aren't car guys at all. So I don't think they'll be valuable listeners.
Yeah, that's kind of. I what's weird is I really don't have that many friends that are into cars, and I talk to them about it, and I can just see their eyes glaze over, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna get it out, and I tell them anyway.
Well, we're real hyper focused in what we talk about, even down to like, turbocharged Porsches. And we could talk about things that are a little bit more general. And sometimes we do, like we were talking about the Dodge keyless entry problem, and we were talking about various things. That would probably be interesting to do. A lot of times when you guys are saying things, I will pipe in on the backside and say, well, and kind of explain what that means, because I'm trying to think about like what somebody who doesn't know this world inside and out would think when they hear what we're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if we're getting too detailed. Are we not being detailed enough?
Yeah, I told you guys the other day that my wife was waiting in the airport, and she was like, "Oh yeah, my husband has a podcast. I'll listen to it." And she said, next thing she knew, 45 minutes had gone by, and she was like, "Wow, I pretty much understood what they were talking about." I was like, "Well, that's because me, probably."
Wow.
I think we do a relatively good job of explaining what we're talking about.
It's funny. I've had some people tell me they listen.
Okay. Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah. So I'm. That makes me feel good.
What was it you were telling me, Taylor? It was like your wife wanted you to go do something, but the fact that you would go and support it wasn't good enough. So, but you also had to want to go or something like that. Like I was showing this to my missus, and she was like, "You want me to watch it?"
Well, yeah. So I think, and I don't remember the exact thing, but I do think there's a little bit of a difference between support and tolerance.
Yes.
Right? Like you can tolerate someone doing something, but support, I feel like, is an action. Like you do things to show your support. So
yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, I can't expect like all of my family members to listen to every episode, because truth be told, I don't listen to every episode.
What?
I have so far.
Half the time when like 1320 video puts out videos, they had us a video about us in Kansas. And I don't remember who I said this to, but I said it to somebody. I said, that was like a movie about my life, and I was not the main character.
I remember you saying that.
I felt so bad about that because, here's this, like, I'm all excited, like, right? Like, I keep seeing my car and they keep saying, "And here's Todd." And even when they show my car, they don't, I'm like, I have to like point myself out in the background walking to the truck because I happened to get into the shot a couple of times. So,
Taylor just put up a poll on his social media. He said, "Hey, should I go back to black, take the camo wrap off?" I'm like, you know what? You should wrap it in guards red.
Can you imagine the confusion?
I think it would be hilarious.
We would all be Todd. Dan can be Todd 1, and I can be Todd 2, and you're Todd OG.
Yep, you could have people yelling obscenities at you too in the parking lot for no reason.
It's fun.
I was surprised on that poll. I thought it would, because everybody loves the camo wrap, right? Like I get told at events all the time how awesome it is, awesome. And then I put up this poll and I put 3 options, and the camo's the worst one. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But my car is the spokes car. It's on the flyer of the Kansas shift
model.
Sector.
It's the cover model.
Yeah. It is. Was it Kansas or was it Honda it was the cover for?
It's Kansas. It's the one that's coming up.
All right, so we have to go.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe it should be camo at that event, at least. Maybe I need to keep it on until then.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it. I'm scared what it's going to be like when I take the wrap off, to be honest.
Well, you might have to put a new one on it.
Yeah, or paint. I've become buddies over at Stewart's Paint and Body.
I need to go. I need to go to the body shop badly because the guy that scraped his trailer down the side of my car, of my tow vehicle. I still have yet to get that fixed.
You know, I'm surprised with the accolades that they have and the kind of cars they do. I one of these guys that I went to high school with, he just had a Ferrari of his totally repainted, like taken all apart and stuff. They are very reasonable cost. I just had the back bumper redone on the Escalade because we got some scuffs on it, and it was not that much money. I was surprised.
Yeah, I just need to roll down there and get it done, and hopefully the guy still will agree to pay for it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that has been a while.
It's been a while.
Got to strike when the iron's hot there.
Yeah. Well, procrastination is a fine thing. I put the pro in it all the time.
We need to put another poll up asking what people want to hear about.
Well, I know we've had some talks about maybe bringing some guests on.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. We're ready.
We've even had a couple people ask to be on.
No. What?
Yeah.
Do they
Yeah,
know
which
what they're getting themselves into?
And if it doesn't go well, we can just burn the episode and never talk about it again.
I do have a dream list of guests for sure.
Well, I'd like to have the Waniac on.
Yeah, we'll get him on sometime.
And we need Robert to come on and talk about turbos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd really like to get our mysterious turbo engineer to come on. I actually asked him about that, and he said no, he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to be seen and have it connected to anything.
I mean, we could do what they do on the news, like
black him
change
out.
his voice, make it all.
Oh, I told him we could make him into the Stig.
Yeah,
oh, there you go.
Helmet
There
on.
we go.
Wear this helmet.
Yeah, just wear a helmet the whole time or something. But we can put a voice changer on him and all that stuff. But I don't think he's down.
Yeah, I asked a relatively well-known tuner shop. I don't know if he'll come on or not. I like the guy. I don't know that he wants the potential exposure.
Well, some people are really shy.
Yeah, I get it.
When we went to TX2K, somebody recognized me. I was like, oh no. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, now you can't get away with being called me.
No, well, now I can't get away with anything is what that means.
Well, I dropped my truck off this week to have a couple things done, and the owner of that shop was like, dude, I listen to your podcast. And I was like, oh, okay. All right.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's good, because if he screws it up,
I don't think
the
he's gonna
reviews
screw
are
it
not
up.
going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to put that pressure on anybody. I understand mistakes happen.
I think we need to have the event owners, Jason, Peter, maybe Chase, the guys that run Race Motive. We need to have those guys on and try to, get more awareness of these events.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think Jason would come on.
Oh, he's definitely coming on. He and I talked a couple days ago, and he is definitely going to be a guest. We're trying to figure out the best timing for it. With Shift Sector having point system, he feels that, and I agree with him, that guys are gonna try to get as many points as they can, and then quite possibly in the finale in Abilene, if they're close to being able to, within reach to win the championship in that class, they're gonna go to that event. I think Abilene's going to have a pretty big draw.
Seems reasonable.
Plus, Abilene's I love that track. That and Indy. That's an amazing course. Wow, airport.
The only downside with Abilene is the elevation.
Is that the highest one? No, it's not any higher than Indy, is it?
I'm looking it up. So it's 1,719 feet.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was that high. Huh? That's where I have my record in Abilene.
Maybe it doesn't matter that much. Atmospheric conditions can matter a lot more than a few hundred feet.
Mm-hmm.
But Indianapolis is 719 feet.
Oh wow!
So that gives us the opportunity to talk about elevation and how it affects things.
Yeah, definitely. Remember in Colorado, Colorado Springs, the Shift Sector up there. I think that's where the world record is. Huracan 250, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so. There's an interesting thing that occurs, which is that the air is so much thinner that at that high speed that there's way less resistance. It takes less power to accelerate.
Hadn't thought about that. Yeah, so there's pluses and minuses on that, right? Like you get up to higher altitude and the temperatures are cooler, but the air's also not as dense.
Well, you know it's true. I mean, if you've ever been driving 60 miles an hour in the mountains in Colorado and stuck your arm out the window, it's like the same as if you were running as far as wind resistance is concerned. I mean, it's just there's just nothing
No,
there.
I didn't think about that.
I never.
You don't want to take your naturally aspirated cars.
No,
That's
there's a Viper video. Did you guys see the Viper video?
Which one?
The Cyvex guys made it, and it's of my car in Colorado.
Can you pull it up?
I'm working on it.
All right.
Manny, can you pull it up for us, please?
Manuel.
So, Manny, pull up this video of Dan, please. Show it to the class.
Yep. Okay.
Commander Riker's team is aboard, sir. Helm, warp 1, engage.
What?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Hey,
The
do you remember when
Cyvex
somebody
guys
said
made that.
Vipers were the greatest form of transportation ever?
Yeah, we could replay that.
And here we go. For the listeners, it is a video of Dan demolishing what looks to be maybe a stock Gen 3 Viper or so.
Yeah, that's why you don't want a normally aspirated car in Colorado.
Oh my goodness. It looks like he wasn't even moving.
It's funny because, the biggest challenge of making a car go fast is getting air into the cylinders, right? We can buy bigger fuel pumps. We can buy better fuel to run more aggressive, timing to get more efficiency out of the air and the fuel that we do have. But getting more air into it, well, that's what we're all doing, right, with turbos. And so, a car at 7,000 feet of elevation, there's not a lot of air up there. The density of it is, the volume is the same, but the density is lower. So a turbo car can be just as fast as a car at sea level up there if you have enough turbo to get the pressure right.
Yeah.
And like people talk about boost. Well, is a vacuum zero or is ambient pressure zero? And I think we talked about this before too, but our computers run absolute pressure. Like you hear people talk about MAP sensors, MAP. It's manifold absolute pressure. And that's referencing that pressure off of zero, as in like space, a vacuum. So when you're up there, there's only like 12 PSI. I don't know. Would have to check me on that. I don't remember what the numbers are, but
It's less than the 14.7 sea level.
so 6,000 feet's 11.77.
6,000 feet? Oh, wow. No wonder I can't hardly walk upstairs in Breckenridge at, what is that, 13,000 feet or something?
Yeah, I don't even know what it is when you go that high. It's really low. 13,000 feet. That would be, I don't know. The table I'm looking at doesn't go that high.
Wow.
But not much. So you lose all that. You lose all that power, and the normally aspirated cars don't have any way to get it back. So people run like slightly different, like Underground runs special turbos for Colorado that are running larger compressor wheels, a much larger compressor wheel than they would run like in Texas with the same turbine wheel, because, ultimately it's still exhausting the same amount. It's the compressor has to work a lot harder to get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. Hopefully next week we'll have some information on mine with the turbos fitting or not fitting or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a problem. What, you got X4C on yours?
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have to mess with it a little bit, but it should just bolt right up. I mean, and yours is simpler because you just have the filters right on the turbos, right? So
Right. So you think not a big deal?
No, I mean, we looked at the measurements. It's only like 2 millimeters different overall size. The only things that could mess you up is if the turbos are just so close to the engine that the compressor cover is too big and hits the engine. That'd be like the only thing I'd be worried about.
Oh, wow.
Which maybe wouldn't, depending on how it works, I don't know. You'd maybe have to mod the headers a little bit, but you might be able to just get away from cutting the flange off and extending it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know if the flange is vertical or horizontal at that. It's got to be vertical.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they're that close. There's pictures of yours. Don't we have pictures of yours?
Which ones? Oh, Taylor's? Yeah.
No, of your engine, Todd, with the turbos on it. Don't we have one somewhere? Like, I swear.
I think I already said this too, but I remember Trey telling me on yours, Dan, he mocked up yours with my X4C covers so that if you ever decide to go that big, you have room.
Yeah, he did. He did do that.
Well, that's convenient.
I got a picture of what my steering wheel is supposed to look like.
Oh, yeah? Let's see.
It's the nut behind the steering wheel that's always the loosest.
I'll send a picture, Dan, that you can pull up. Cool.
But yeah, so I got this part of it, and now I need the wheel itself.
So that's what it's going to look like?
Mm-hmm. And we both have the same shift knob.
Red Alcantara. Sweet.
Ironically.
I love it.
So we just need Taylor to wrap his guards red.
Yeah. What color is your interior, Taylor? Black?
Black. But the problem is, I got a yellow roll cage now.
Oh, well, that's Iowa State Cyclone colors, my hometown.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wrap the car yellow.
Ooh, yeah. I like the blue camo, though, to be honest. I think that's kind of for me, that's the identity of the car. I was too surprised that it wasn't winning in the poll.
Well, the thing is my son told all his friends to vote something else.
You sabotage.
So I was like, that's not really
okay.
We're manipulating the poll here.
So now it's like the Iowa presidential straw poll. It's rigged.
I don't know. I didn't really think about it, and then I saw some pictures of it black, and I was like, I do like it, and it's not just black; it's basalt. In a certain light, it almost takes on a little bit of a purple.
I love that color.
I'm scared to pull it off.
Did you wrap it because the paint's not good, or you just got bored?
Nah, I just got bored. I wanted to wrap it and just wanted to do something. The paint's okay. My issue with pulling the wrap off is the guy that did the wrap is known for messing stuff up.
Oh, like he cut it with a razor blade or something?
He told me he did knifeless cutting.
Oh boy. I
Um,
don't like where this is headed.
How do you knifelessly cut it?
it's actually done like almost like a zip string.
I mean, he's like using the power of his mind.
No. It's like this stuff that you can look it up. Like a lot of vinyl wrap guys do it, and really he's probably okay. I know that the front and the rear bumper has been repainted in its life, and so I'm a little worried about what will happen if I'll pull paint off. And the day that I got the wrap done, when I was driving home, I took a big rock chip on the hood. Like went through the vinyl, through the paint, down to bare metal. So I don't know. And then when he did the bumper, that GT3 grill, the GT3 smile thing that I have, he messed up the brackets and it warped my bumper a little bit. So I don't know if that's fixed itself, because I did fix it since then, but I just don't know what it's going to look like.
Sounds like it might need to go to Stewart's for some TLC.
Maybe. And that's the thing is it could use some TLC at a stereo shop to make the stereo work right again. And it could maybe use a body shop TLC, which I don't mind doing, but I'm nervous in its current weird tune state to take it shop to shop to shop. That always seems to be
it's getting better.
That's true. And I don't know what I want to do with the stereo thing.
Well, did you guys see the picture that I got up of the steering wheel, right?
Oh, you want me to pull it up?
So I was actually thinking about doing this with mine.
Getting rid of it?
You see where it's got that nice little cubby hole there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. I've thought about buying my stereo back from you.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with it yet. So
only because, when I did that, my main goal with the stereo was just to get Bluetooth, or no, it was to get CarPlay. Well, since then, they've come out with the ribbon deal like that I did in the GT3, where you open up the radio and it puts CarPlay in it. And I would have done that if that was available at the time, because they put 2 amps in my car and I just don't feel like it's ever been set up or calibrated right. And now I think one of those amps is failing, and I don't know.
I like having a little bit of music in my car, like when we're just bumping around at the track. But I never drive it that much, so it wouldn't really matter to me that much whether it was in there or not. And I'm just thinking, how much weight can I get out of the car, right?
Yeah.
I thought about this last night, actually. This is funny. We're talking about it now. I only have 2 speakers in my doors, and then the stock radio. I didn't have a working radio for 5 years. I just realized in the back of the radio there was a fuse and it was burnt, so I replaced it. And Hey, what do you know? I do like to I like to listen to the broadcast from the event. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I even have a radio in there. That there wasn't that, I would pull it out and make cubbies like that picture.
Well, you know, our little radios that we have that we can use to communicate with each other, those can tune into FM radio stations as well. And did
Oh.
we not get the helmet kits for the radios, like so we can put the transmitter and the receiver
I
in the
don't have
helmet?
one.
No, me neither.
I got one.
So it's a speaker that goes inside the helmet?
Yeah, let me grab it.
I mean, my helmet's set up to take a whole system.
Aren't you fancy?
Yeah, fancy.
There's like ear speakers, like you can put them on either side in your helmet.
Oh, okay.
And then it has a microphone. And so you'd put that like down here somewhere, like inside the, I don't know, chin area of the helmet.
Yeah.
And then it has the connector.
Yeah. Okay. That goes into the radio itself.
It goes into the radio itself. So then, and then there's a button, like it has this button right here that you can attach to something. And then, so this is like your push to talk.
Cool.
So all you got to do for like our radios, all you got to do is connect it and then to your helmet and like clip it to your Hans or something like that. And then we can all talk back and forth.
We need to do that. That would be trick.
Yeah.
And then get home base a radio so we could talk to home base.
Yeah, like, Steve, our adult supervision. And I guess those radios too, they can tune into FM frequencies, so we could set them up so that they're listening on the events frequency and on the frequency that we're talking on
At the same time?
Yeah, so like if we talk, it would just talk over that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So my helmet, of course, it's not $30. Stillo actually sells them that go inside the helmet, connect all cool and stuff.
Yeah, that would be like a high dollar one. You should if you have one that's meant for your helmet, then buy that. But this is just a cheapie. I just got it to try it out. I had it for the last race, but it was when we were at Abilene, I think.
Okay.
And I was the only one with a radio there, because Wayne and Juan didn't have them, and so I didn't mess with it. But yeah, my helmet has like provisions for it as well, but I don't think they actually sell a radio kit for it specifically.
Yeah, I'd have to look at mine. I guess I don't remember it seems like there were options when you bought the helmet, if it came with provisions or I don't remember. I'll have to look.
Thank you for listening to So You Think Your Car is Fast podcast. Please subscribe and leave us a review. Also want to thank Redenzo Radar, redenzo.com/BHT for discounts. Also want to thank Evo Spec Engine Development and Force Performance.
I tried to change my name to Rix911 on Instagram, and it says it's taken.
Oh.
What?
I don't want to be
Is it
underscore.
You said Rix911? Huh. Who the hell would want that?
I
Other
don't
than-
know.
I mean, it is. He has 0 posts, 0 followers, and following 1 person.
Oh my God. What a waste.
I wonder if it's me.
You know what? You can have the same name as someone.
Well, I wonder if I have like multiple accounts.
Try your passwords. All your passwords.
I mean, it says Ryan Moe is the guy's
Oh, no.
name.
That's not me then.
I don't think that's you.
That's not an alias.
How about 911 Ricks?
No, I don't want the numbers first. Yeah, I can't even do the underscore because somebody already has it.
Mm.
Hmm.
Here it comes, Dan.
Dan. We're not recording.
Yeah, we are. Taylor reveals the new color of his car.
Oh no.
See,
Did you ever see the old Monty Python skit? Today we are going to be giving lessons in how not to be seen.